What is up, guys? PieMuffin here, and we are back with some more SAO variant Showdown. So, we have some new content in the game, new event, new Battle Royale has begun, and of course, a new banner. So, it does seem like Battle Royale is going to be a constant thing that's always going on. I think they had like a day, maybe 2 days off from when the last one ended. I don't even think it was a full 2 days. So, I am wondering if it's just going to be a constant thing, every, 12, 13 days, we're going to have a Battle Royale kind of going on, which is cool, and it makes sense for the content that's in the game. The only weird thing here is I don't know if the boost, because I think the brand new units, which, of course, are, if you've seen already, are a new LAYLA and ASUNA. What type are they? I haven't actually looked at what type they are. Yeah, they're fire. So it's kind of weird that the Battle Royale for this set is going to be focused on wind. So you're going to want to be using wind units, which I guess means, these two are going to get some shine right now. If you manage to pull this Kirito or Asuna, definitely use them during this. But it seems like, at least for this one, this LAYLA and Asuna are not going to be used there. Now, here's the interesting thing. We're going to go over the units first, and then we'll go over everything else. Obviously, I had a bunch of stuff in my box. We got our rewards from the last Battle Royale today. Here's the weird thing about these units. So let's go to featured rewards. LAYLA is completely normal. Well, LAYLA is actually really cool. So let's go over LAYLA first. She is a new type of unit. If you pulled her, you will see, well, not new type of unit, but new type of LAYLA unit. She's not a dual blade unit. She actually fights with her two blades put together, as you see in the picture right there. So she has kind of like a broadsword type thing. It's not a broadsword in how it looks. Obviously, it's a double-edged sword, but they're treating it in-game like it's a broadsword. And I assume that means she has a new finishing skill, possibly cross edge. I don't know if that's the same. Well, I have the unit, so let's take a look. Obviously, cross edge being the name of the game that they play. But let me see. Oh, you saw LAYLA right there. I always have this issue. Sometimes I have to like back out of characters. It doesn't like load them properly or whatever. Or I just end up having to sit here for 5 minutes. This is so annoying. I wish they would fix this. Like, please, just let me open my character page. Thank you. Oh my god, it took 3 times. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, it actually would have been better to just hold down on her. Her skill is Blaze Edge. So yes, it is which makes sense because like I said, she is a new type of unit. So, Cross Edge is going to be her new, Incarnate right there. They're not Incarnate, the wrong game. Ultimate, whatever. Incarnate just sounds cooler. I know it's obviously Alicization, like that kind of stuff, but Incarnate just sounds cooler than just finishing skill. But yeah, she has a new one as well. So let's go over her first, and then I'll talk about what's weird about Asuna. So fire elemental physical damage, 400 power, of course. Blazing Stream, fire elemental physical damage with 1600 power, inflicts burn. Interrupt Tachyon, fire elemental physical damage, 800 power. And then, of course, Cross Edge is the usual 5,000 power. When using Switch, recovers HP by 5%, so that's for her, okay. And Timely Switch recovers HP by 15% and grants HP auto recovery for 15 seconds. I wish it would say what the interval, not the interval, but like what percentage of health are you recovering with that auto recovery? Like, is it 3% health every second? Like how does that work? So I do wish we could see that. Oath of Camaraderie is her skill. When rush value is A or above, burst gauge accumulation plus 15%. Cool, so when you have that big combo going. When using charge attacks, strength plus 20% and inflict physical attack resistance plus 10% to attacks for 15 seconds. Very cool. Now, let's talk about Asuna. So, you would assume, based on this outfit, that this is SAO Asuna, right? It's obviously not. I mean, you can tell by the animation what she's kind of going for here. Her finishing skill is Mother's Rosario. which is like weird to me because it's like it's her Knights of the Blood Oath outfit, but they're trying to, I guess maybe this is supposed to be like an not original outfit, but like an outfit from Cross Edge, and she just can use Mother's Rosario, like if you want to think of it from a story perspective. But yeah, it's her normal SAO outfit, but her ultimate is Mother's Rosario, so very interesting there. Fire Elemental physical damage, 400 power. Glorious Fate, Fire Elemental physical damage with 1600 power, inflicts burn. Fire Element, Blazing Charge, Fire Elemental physical damage, 700 power, and then of course the usual. Oh, this one's actually 5500. That's higher than normal, so that's cool. It's a little stronger. When using Switch, burn infliction amount plus 10% for 15 seconds. When performing Timely Switch, whole party's burn amount plus 10%. Cool. Kindred Hearts. At all times, burn infliction amount plus 30%. Okay. When enemy is burned, recover whole party's HP by 20%. Okay, there should be a comma there. Recovers whole party's HP by 20%. Rush multiplier plus 10% for 20 seconds. Very, very cool units. Very, very happy to see there. I did do the first step. I did get 2 SSRs, but it wasn't either of these. It wasn't any of the 4 you're seeing on this banner. Obviously, there are some, obviously this Yu-Gi-Oh on the right and the Alice on the left are previous limited units. And obviously it does say here, pickups may appear again at a later date. So these are limited units. This Layla and this Asuna are limited, so if you do not get them, they're not going to be in the general pool after this banner. I will probably, you know, because it's anniversary, or half anniversary, I'll probably at least go a full rotation, see if I can get Layla or Asuna. I really want this Layla just because it's her, obviously only her second SSR, and she has her hood off, which I really, really like. She looks really cool like that. And then, of course, you know, having both her dual blades put together is really, really cool. Alright, so let's go over some other things. Wait, why when I backed out did it take me back to the character? Oh, I guess because I was on the character screen. Yeah, this is so weird. It's like literally backing up like you're on a web browser. So, we got all our rewards. So, I do have a bunch of summon tickets and, you know, other kind of goodies that I got from it. I didn't get super high because after a while, I stopped doing the 5 daily runs a day. I was honestly just kind of getting bored of it. It's the one thing that is rough about this game is that it just does not have an auto battle system. Now, for Battle Royale, I'm not saying it should have it for that. Obviously, it's a PvP mode. But, like, normal raid events or story stuff, like, I feel like they could totally implement an auto battle mode, especially with, and this is a game I may cover on the channel. I'm going to see if people want to see this. The Danmachi game, the new Danmachi mobile game that's coming out in about a week, is going to have an auto battle system, and it plays very similarly to how this game plays. So, obviously, I feel like this game could also work with an auto battle system for just, like, normal events and then, like, story. You know, for like farming purposes, I think it would be kind of nice. I'd even be fine if it was like, okay, get all 3 stars on a stage, and then you can auto battle rerun the stage over and over. Like that, even if it was just that, I would be totally happy with that. Anyways, enough about that. So we got our rewards. So let me actually, we're gonna cover the event in this video too. But how many tickets do I have? Yeah, let's just go ahead and use. I don't know if I'll use all of them in this video, but this banner does have 8% SSR rate, so the odds of you, even on single summons, getting an SSR, especially if you have a bunch of tickets like this, it's pretty high chance you're going to get an SSR. If I see the first, but we're going to try and go through these pretty quick. If I see a few hits that, if it's like low numbers, like I know it's not going to be an SSR. Okay, this is going to be an SSR 100%. Because it's a single ticket already at 200,000. It's going to go over 1 million. Alright, who is it? Please be a character. It's not. Okay. That might actually be my final copy. I just love how I keep pulling, like, the same ones. There's so many of these ability cards that I still just don't have the SSRs for. And I just find it so funny that I just keep pulling the exact same ones over and over and over. I mean, it's not a bad ability card, too. From what I remember, it's got some pretty good ability on it. This one is probably just an SR. Oh, no. We get 2 SSR. Wait, what? It's a single pull, so obviously you can't get 2, but... Normally I get 2 SSRs when I get the Kirito and Asuna animation. Alright, what is it? Character? Okay, dupe for Silica. That's the other thing, too. The dupe I pulled when I did that first step on this banner, I got Liz again, the starter Liz, which obviously when I was first re-rolling, she was one of the units I wanted until I realized Liz just kind of sucks in this game. Like any type of Liz, just because she's a very slow character and she doesn't really do a whole lot. Like all the versions that have released for her haven't really been that good. I mean, her paid pass one is okay. She's got that kind of AoE ground move. But they need to make more units like that, where for Liz, rather, where she has a lot of AoE abilities, because her trying to combo just with her mace just does not work. But yeah, so I did pull, I pulled SSR Liz again, so that was my third. I have 3 dupes in there. Of course, once you get 3 dupes, or I think it's maybe 4, you need multiple, well, not dupes. Once you have 3 of her limit breaks done, 3 or 4 of her limit breaks done, or just any character rather, you need to start getting multiple copies before you can limit break again. So it's not like you just need 6 copies of a unit to max limit break them. I don't know what the actual number is, but I'm gonna guess it's probably closer to like 8 or 9. You have to get 8 or 9 copies total. But we'll see what we get here. Okay, nothing super interesting here. Just try and go through these as quick as possible. I am happy to see that we're finally getting some new ultimates, though. Now, obviously we're getting new ultimates because they're treating these as different versions of the character. But I also would really love to see, and at least it's LAYLA of all characters. Like Asuna, of course, we have plenty already. But at least with LAYLA, you know, she isn't, this is only her second SSR. Okay, we're getting an SSR here. It's only Layla's second SSR, so I can give it a pass that she's getting another one. Especially since she is getting a new finishing strike. But I do want to see some new characters relatively soon. Okay, Red Kirito, this is kind of useful because he is one of the boost characters for the new event. So very, very cool there. I think that's only, like, my second copy, so it's, like, my first dupe in him. Or it might even be my second dupe. I'm not sure. I didn't pull him for the longest time, though, even though he was a day 1 character. I think from what I remember, I think people were saying he was the best. Of the 5 that were on release, like the 5 SSRs that you could summon for, I think people were saying he was the best unit at the time. I mean, I'm sure he's still, you know, relatively solid, but obviously with all these new abilities and new units, I'm sure he's kind of fallen off quite a bit. But yeah, so back to what I was saying before. Okay, another SSR here. That 8% is really coming through clutch. I just hope one of these SSRs does end up being LAYLA or Asuna. I'd be happy with either one. I obviously would prefer LAYLA. I also do need just either of them because my fire team definitely still needs some help. But yeah, so like Klein, Aegil, who else? You know, obviously there's tons of Alicization characters they can add. That's the thing, too, is like most of the characters that you would want to see them add are from Alicization, because this is the second copy I've pulled in 2 days. This was also on my multi that I did on this banner. So, there you go. That's like my 3rd or 4th copy of that ability card. That's the nice thing about ability cards. Ability cards you only need 6 of, like, total. You get your original copy, you get your 5 dupes, and you're done. But yeah, so obviously, you know, normal SAO, and then has a few characters they could add, you know, not like super main characters, but like characters that were there. And then Alfheim barely has anybody because it just focused on Kirito and Leafa. And then Gun Gale is kind of the same thing. It mainly focused on Kirito and Sinon. It wasn't until Alicization where you really got like a vast new cast of characters. So I feel like most of the characters they would add to Cross Edge, you know, Sortiliana, Roni, Tease, Renly, you know, all the characters, Fanatio, Berculi, like those would be the characters we're all kind of like looking to see. And of course, there are a lot of original characters from this game as well. You know, you've got like Layla's brother and a bunch of other characters that I'm not going to spoil things in case people haven't been reading or whatever. But there's a bunch of characters, even the villains, that, you know, could definitely be made into SSRs. So hopefully we do see that happen at some point. All right, what do we got? Up, another SSR. All right. Damn, I mean, for these ticket pulls, we're actually doing relatively well. Much better than I would do with, like, a multi or two. I just want to see... I mean, obviously, you have even rates between ability cards. Obviously, there's more ability cards in the banner than there are characters. So, whenever you get an SSR, you're still... Even though it's 4% to 4%, so 8% total, 4% between each, you're still leaning more towards getting an ability card. But... it's weird that I don't see more characters. All right, normal Sinon. We're going down the list of every normal SSR that's in this banner. That's the other thing that's kind of why I want to see more characters, because the general pool will be better if we get more normal characters. You know, we still only have like a general pool of like, you know, 9 to 10 SSRs that aren't the main ones that are featured on the banner. So we've got like 9 to 10, and then we have the 4 that are featured, you know, the 4 limited, like on this banner specifically, that are featured. So the more normal SSRs we get that aren't going to be limited are the more that we're going to see on banners. So add Klein, Aegil, Roni, Tease, you know, all those characters, that's more SSRs for people to pull, which some people might not like that because, of course, that means if you're trying to max dupe somebody out, it'll make it that much harder. But at the same time, it's like, more characters makes the game more interesting. Obviously, SAO is no stranger to, you know, shoving the same 5 characters down our throats. It's usually, you know, versions of Kirito, Asuna, Leafa, Sinon, and Alice. I feel like those are the main ones that always get units. And then occasionally you'll get your Yuki and then some of the other girls. But for the most part, those are the 5 that you see get units all the time, which makes sense. They're the 5 most popular. But it has been a while since we got an actual new character. Feels like we might be getting our little cooldown right now. And once we're done with these tickets, we'll quickly go over to Battle Royale. Just go over it real quick. I might do another separate video, you know, just to see if there's anything different playing through it. I probably will. I'll probably do a video where I just, you know, do my first 5 runs of Battle Royale, or just like a day's worth of runs. They might not even be my first day of Battle Royale for a video, just, you know, so we do one for each Battle Royale. But the event itself is just kind of whatever. I've already farmed out all of the, you know, rewards from it. It's very easy to do when you have as many skip tickets as I do. Now I'm starting to feel good about skip tickets. Before, it was taking me forever to do anything because I'd run out of skip tickets so fast. Now I can't get rid of them even if I want to. I've got like 500 and something, or I might be down in the 400s after grinding out the event. But, you know, 400, 500 skip tickets that I don't really need to use, because thanks to Treasure Hunt now, you don't need to really go crazy unless you just pull a bunch of new SSRs at once that you just didn't have. I don't really have a reason to go farming random stages for materials to limit break characters. I think I more or less have my whole box at level 75 right now in terms of SSRs. I might work on the SRs at some point, but as of right now, I'm not doing that. All right, so we did pretty well. What was it? I had 19 tickets, and I think we got like 5 or 6 SSRs from that. That's not bad at all. I'm very happy with that. Alright, so now we're done with that. Like I said, I'm still probably going to finish off a rotation, you know, when I have the currency for that. So let's quickly go over to Battle Royale, just see if there's anything new with it. Let's look at what the stage is going to be. Alright, Hyuna. Cross Edge Coliseum, so it looks like it's the same stage. Okay, so nothing too different, it seems. So I guess this is going to be like the actual first season, because it was the pre-season before. I don't know how I have points. I haven't done anything yet. Unless it just starts you off with points. Alright, so doesn't look like anything too crazy. I guess we just look at the bonus characters. So Wind Elemental... I don't know why I keep saying Elementical. Wind Elemental characters, Defender characters, and get a 50% strength buff. The period for this bonus is for a week. Okay, so that means that means the second week or the second half of this is going to have a different buff, so you have to keep in mind about that. Alright, so pretty standard stuff for Battle Royale. Like I said, I'll probably do a video where I run through everything. I don't know why I'm still in... it's because it keeps taking me back here. Because I always hit back, I hit back, and then it takes you back to the previous page you were at. Like I said, like a web browser. Alright, really not too much to go over right here. You obviously have a new SSR ability card with Sinon, and then you have 50,000 points to farm up for right now, which at the end of the 50,000 points, you get another 10 half anniversary 10 pull ticket, and then you get a bunch of single tickets, which I think I don't know if I used them all or not. I might have actually used them all already. I don't know. Alright, but this should be an easy way for us to click on her ability card, maybe? No? Okay. Well, I guess we are gonna go... Can I, like, hello? I'm clicking on the X. God, this game is so finicky. Let's just go at members. Because before we close out the video, we're just gonna go over Sinon's ability card real quick. Which, of course, for whatever reason... See, that's the one thing that I really preferred about Unleashed Blading as opposed to this. There's actually a number of reasons. I like how they would always showcase the units, like, incarnate, like a day before the banner would come out. They do that with some units here, really, when they're just promoting stuff, but I wish they would just do it all the time, like just a day before the banner comes out, show us what their incarnate's gonna look like. And then I wish they would show us, you know, the stats in the news, so I don't have to pull a unit or get the card from the event before I can see what it does. Anyways, let me make sure I lock that up. At least one copy. So, ability effects, burst gauge accumulation 20% when attacking opponents inflicted with burn status, so gonna work very well with the brand new characters. Rush gauge accumulation plus 20% when enemy is in burst. Okay, so when the enemy's bursting at you, you'll be able to accumulate more. And then she gets, or whoever you put this on, gets 250 strength and 100 intelligence. Very cool. Alright, well that's gonna be it. I think I've rambled on long enough, and obviously we did a bunch of summons. Got some pretty good stuff that I'll be able to upgrade some cards and some characters. And I guess I'll get started on this Battle Royale stuff and see what I get from it. Oh, and of course, we got all these Asunas from... whatchamacallit. We got all these Asunas from our rewards that we got yesterday as well. I guess depending on what you pulled. Oh yeah, and I have that other Kirito I'm going to need to fuse in. I have a lot of stuff. Okay, so I do need one more Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, and let me look at Sinon while we're here before we close out. That is literally my final Sinon dupe. So anyone I pull further than this, I mean, I guess I could work on a second copy if I wanted to put it on somebody else. That's what I'll probably do anyway. Because, like, selling them is kind of pointless when I have every single one of my ability cards pretty much at level 30 already. There's nothing left to level. But yeah, so that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe more if you're new to the channel. I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.